I just want to get your reaction to the sentence today.
No, obviously, Elizabeth, thanks for having me back on. We're very satisfied. It's hard to use a word like pleased. You don't want to use an adjective that describes that there's anything nice coming of this. I sat there with the family as the victim impact statements were read in the courtroom today, and it's just as you described, heartbreaking to sit there and listen to what Rachel's loss means to that family, as it would to any of our families.
The
And the fact
prosecutor, the prosecutor at the trial said that this murder was premeditated. He said, quote, "You don't accomplish a rape and murder in 4 to 6 minutes unless you have a plan." He said there were photos of Rachel Morin and searches of her neighborhood in Martinez-Hernandez's phone.
Our state's attorney, Allison, it's a lady, but she did a great job. She prosecuted this case. She gave the presentation today for the sentencing, asking for the max sentence you get here in Maryland, which is what the judge delivered on. But yeah, as far as the investigation, we are still not sure to this day how he initially decided to target her. But effort was made, obviously, to be on the trail at a time when she was there, to intercept her when no one else was around, and to grab her, pull her away from the trail. They described the blood that they followed from the trail to where he ultimately, assaulted her and took her life. So, that 4 to 6 minutes for all of that to take place, he thought this through. He had a plan. I don't think that we were sure that it was Rachel or just an opportunity for a unlucky woman to be coming down the trail at that time. I did hear, but I'm not 100% sure that he had photos of her on the phone. We do know he was following the news stories related to her case.
Right. I just because it left open the question of how long he might have targeted her if he had been stalking her in some way.
Certainly, that's what we suspect, but we have not confirmed that through any of the investigative avenues. We know it was him that did this horrific act that took her life. The DNA evidence, all the evidence is rock solid. He denied ever being here in Maryland. Of course, coworkers and family put an end to that lie. He's lied his way. What information he did give to investigators before or after being arrested, it was all lies. And the judge saw through that. The state's attorney, again, did a wonderful job. She did a wonderful job presenting the case for sentencing and maximum sentence. Again, it's regrettable that we don't have the death penalty here in Maryland, because this is certainly, in my opinion, a death penalty case.
I was struck by what the judge said when he gave the defendant this maximum sentence. He said, "There is simply no hope to rehabilitate you. If you are released, our community is in grave danger. It's not a matter of if, but when."
Certainly, yeah, they did the whole pre-sentencing workup, and the judge, she spoke about that a little bit. What was contained in the report, I have not seen that report, but there was no doubt in the judge's mind, no doubt in the state's attorney's mind, that if he ever sees the light of day of freedom, that he's going to commit such a heinous act again. He will spend the remainder of his years behind bars in a Maryland prison, and personally, I believe that's too good for him. And again, it's a shame we don't have a death penalty, because anything so horrific, that person, forfeits their right to live amongst a civilized society, in my opinion.
It took 10 months to find him. He was arrested at a bar in Tulsa, Oklahoma, of all places. Do we have any better idea of how he ended up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, why he was there?
Well, no, we know he came into the country. He tried to enter 3 times, actually coming to a port of entry, and was turned away. Then he just walked into the country through our open southern border. He ended up in Los Angeles, where he also said he had not been, but he had family, in fact, a brother out there. He committed a home invasion out there, assaulted a woman and a young lady. He fled that scene. That's where the initial DNA hit came. He fled that scene from California, Los Angeles, came here to our, Baltimore bedroom community, about 30 minutes north of Baltimore, here in Bel Air, where he lived for many months, worked at a couple of restaurants, used that trail quite often, where he encountered Rachel and took her life. And we think because of the investigation, as we started talking with family members, that's what got him concerned, and he fled this area. Why Tulsa, I have not heard, but through great work with all of our partners at the state, federal, and local level, we were able, within a matter of hours of getting the warrant for him, to pin him down to a bar, and actually to a bar stool in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.